And we are ready to go.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to count down from 3, 2, 1, go. So 3, 2, 1, go. So just like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I'm trying to manipulate the RNG on the first 5 stages so that on the 5th stage I get an extremely fast pattern, because round 5 is one of the only rounds in the entire run which features a variable layout. And if you finish the stages in a certain amount of time with certain bubbles on the next spot, then you are able to get good RNG, and I think I did. Okay, I did not actually. Well, that's disappointing. It doesn't really matter. The best pattern for round 5 saves about 20 seconds, which is really ideal when you're doing serious attempts of this game. But not getting it in a marathon setting it's acceptable. It's still not an extremely slow stage anyway. So another thing that I mentioned, this game is not entirely consistent in a lot of ways. The RNG is what makes this game so variable. So you have to constantly react to what pieces come up next, and there are cases, and there may very well end up being cases during the run where I don't get the color that I need to solve a puzzle quickly, or to solve it at all, and that will result in a death. Obviously not dying is preferred, but and it looks a lot cooler too, but it may very well happen, because it tends to.
It's also worth noting that if you die once in a stage, the game kind of help you redoing it, right?
Yes, if you die on a stage, the game gives you an aim guideline, which makes the stage much easier. In fact, a lot of other runners of this game, I say a lot, almost all the other runners of this game will take intentional deaths on levels to get the aim guidelines so that it's safer. But if you're going for really serious attempts, you know, the 5 to 20 seconds it could take to die on a stage is, it's definitely preferred not to die. So shoutouts to round 10, which is like my chat's favorite level, because it looks so satisfying to get all these shots. So talking about the routing for a minute, the routing in this game is based mostly on what puzzles you're comfortable with and what puzzles have quick solutions. I will attempt to go through A, D, G, L, Q, and question mark. Due to the way that the leaderboard was set up, question mark is considered the only way for a run to be valid, which is an arbitrary decision that was made, but it is the decision that was made. So my routing does not only have to focus on choosing stages that are fast, but also ending on the question mark area at the end of the game. So this is round 14. It's one of about 5 stages where, due to the amount of colors that show up, or due to the amount of colors in the layout of the stage, it's very difficult to finish quickly, and the RNG can absolutely just never give you a color that you need. It looks like this is going rather well, though, comparatively speaking, to how it sometimes can.
Yeah, because this is worth noting that the more color there is on the layout, the harder the stage is, because you cannot get a color that is not reachable on the layout.
That's correct. Colors will only appear if you can basically draw a line from them to the bottom of the screen. That was a really good G. That was probably gold, honestly. So at the start of this level, it would give me a sparkling piece, which destroys all of the colors, all of the bubbles of one color, and that resulted in, and if you just fire it straight up, that's what the developers intend, because then it cleans up the screen very efficiently. On round 17, the 8th piece is always a black bubble, which solves the puzzle instantly, so I just get rid of 7 pieces and then fire the 8th one straight up to clear the screen. So next is round 19. 19 is very similar to 14 in it has a lot of colors going on, and it can be very easy to never get the color that you need. So when this stage goes really well, it feels extremely satisfying. And it's going really well. I've got so much screen space to work with. So in round 20, this stage requires some really precise aim. Most of the shots are only a few pixels wide to hit the colors that you're aiming for. So it's very easy to miss shots on this one. This is one of those stages where other runners will take an intentional death to get aim assistance. And I've gotten reasonably consistent at it, so I try not to get aim assistance if I can. Also, due to the high amount of colors, it's very easy to not really get the piece RNG you need, and it just can drag out the length of this stage quite a bit. So we're moving on to Area Q. Area Q starts out with a piece with the only bowling ball that we'll see in the run, which you can instantly clear the screen with. It's a nice 5-second break. And then immediately is followed by a stage with way too many colors to deal with efficiently. So I'm going to try my best to clear this one without dying, but this is often where runs die for runners of this game. Yep. Unfortunately, nothing I could really do about that. I didn't get a color I needed to fix that up. So I get aim assistance like a scrub. This is a stage, one of the stages that has a relatively easy to see solution. You obviously want to clear those red pieces towards the top of the screen, because that will give you a lot more screen real estate to work with, and taking the aim assistance is very helpful for clearing those red pieces if you're able to clear the screen leading up to it.
Yeah, because if possible, you're always going to try to aim for the top bubbles, not the bottom one, right?
Yes. Anytime you can, you want to drop bubbles rather than pop them, just due to the amount of time it saves.
Hey,
Round
Ruunix.
24 has a lot of colors to deal with the RNG of as well. It looks a lot easier than it is, because you see the top of the screen and you think, well, obviously I need to pop all those reds, but just getting to the reds is a challenge. You have to you have to clear out a lot of the screen just to make them even accessible, and you have to pop 3 different sets of reds before you can even drop everything on the screen.
Let us know when a good time for donation.
Sure, let's do it now. This is an easy stage.
Okay, perfect. So we got a $20 donation by 40 Watt Range, and he says, it's been a great marathon so far. Let's have a great last day. Couldn't agree more. And also we have a $50 donation by Fox. Thanks,
Hey,
everyone.
Fox. All right, so right after this stage is round 27, which is easily the hardest stage in the game, and you can kind of see why. There is a sparkling piece at the top center of the stage, which you absolutely need to hit for the entire stage to be clearable. This stage can give you bad RNG, and you cannot get the pieces. And the shot to hit the sparkling piece is about 1 or 2 pixels wide at any given moment. So it's extremely easy to miss. This is a very common level for people to take an intentional death. And I've already missed it, so there's a very good chance I won't survive. I will get a second chance at the shot, though. I got it.
Oh, nice. And this is hard because the only way to get rid of those transparent bubble is to get rid of the star at the top, and they limit your space quite a lot.
Very much so. If you've ever played Snood before, Snood is extremely lenient in where you can slip the snoods through. And Bust-A-Move is not. You almost can't slip bubbles through holes like you can in Snood. So making shots when the clear bubbles are all the way near the bottom of the screen is rather difficult. I didn't even get to talk about it, but that was round 28, which is a terrible RNG stage, and it went like completely smooth.
Well, the entire run is going pretty smooth, actually.
This run has been really good. Apart from the one death, I'm very, very surprised. On this stage, it's pretty obvious what you need to do. You need to get up to the sparkling pieces as quickly as possible, so I'm just trying to clear a path. I don't even really necessarily care about the bubbles getting close to the bottom of the screen. Just so that I can get to the sparkling pieces. And next is round 30. Round 30 is the final stage. It's literally just mash A and you win. And time comes up now. Oh my god, that's 1 second off of the world record.
Actually, this is like 12:15.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, because you call time and they pressed it. Like.
I wasn't either. So that's a new world record.
Yeah!
And it has a death too. That's crazy. The previous world record was 12:17. I got it about a week ago doing practice for this. Yes. Awesome run. I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of people. First, all my coworkers and friends and significant others who I hassled about watching this run live leading up till now. Thank you if you watched. If you didn't, I totally understand. I appreciate, though, you putting up with me for the last couple of weeks while I've been preparing for this. And I want to shout out to the couple of active Japanese runners. I'm sorry that I can't speak your language and I can't work with you to coordinate on strats or race sometimes, but I really appreciate that y'all are showing interest in the game because this game needed some more activity than just me on the leaderboards. So,
Well, congrats on the live world record on stream. Seriously, it's amazing. Come on, everyone. Live world record at DreamHack. So, Ruunix, tell us about your feeling, your experience about being at NoReset today.
honestly, I was practicing last night after getting sick. Like, I didn't eat anything and I started getting nauseous and it was not a good time. So I spent a lot of time in the hotel yesterday. I did some practice runs. They weren't going so well. I'm just like, look, I'm going to just hope for the best during this. And apparently I got the best.
And you got the best. You did. Congratulations again. It was an honor to have you with us this morning. And that, I mean, opening the day with a world record. How rad is that? Seriously.
That's pretty rad.
Seriously. All right. Well, we have many more speedruns coming for you, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is Bomberman64 with TWP, any percent normal. Once again, let's hear it one more time for Ruunix and the live world record that just happened on stream. So we're going to get set up.